Commander Zixthal held the ancient star chart with 3 of his trembling appendages, his compound eyes scanning the faded coordinates for the 100th time. The parchment was old, nearly 5,000 cycles by galactic standard, recovered from the ruins of the predecessor civilization on Kepler 442b. Most of it had deteriorated beyond recognition, but one section remained hauntingly clear, a marked zone in the Orion arm with a single warning scrawled across it in the old tongue. Here be monsters. The Galactic Council had debated for months whether to investigate. The predecessors had been the most advanced civilization the galaxy had ever known, masters of technology that made current science look like primitive tool use. If they had marked a region as dangerous, there was good reason. But the Council's curiosity eventually won over caution. They needed to know what had frightened the predecessors so badly that they'd abandoned an entire sector of space. Zixthal's expedition ship, the Vigilant Dawn, dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Forbidden Zone. Immediately, alarms began screaming across every console. "Commander!" His tactical officer, a crystalline Quartzian named Silica, called out. "I'm reading massive electromagnetic signatures throughout this region. Thousands of them, and they're moving." "What kind of signatures?" Zixthal demanded. "Artificial, definitely technological in origin. And Commander, they're not just in space. There's a planet here, third from its star. The entire surface is lit up with energy readings." Zixthal felt his blood chill. A planet, an inhabited planet in the zone marked monsters. Every instinct told him to retreat immediately and report to the Council. But he had his orders. "Observe and document. Take us closer. Stealth protocols. I want to know what we're dealing with." As the Vigilant Dawn crept toward the blue and green world, the crew fell silent. The planet was beautiful, a jewel of water and continents wrapped in swirling white clouds. But beautiful things could be deadly. The glimmer wasps of Andromeda 7 looked like floating crystals until they liquefied your organs. "I'm detecting thousands of satellites in orbit," Silica reported, her crystalline structure flickering with agitation. Weapons platforms, communications arrays, what looks like habitation modules. "Commander, this is a Type 1 civilization, maybe approaching Type 2. How did the predecessors not know about this?" "Maybe they did," Zixthal whispered. "Maybe that's why they warned us away." The ship's artificial intelligence chimed in. "Commander, I've intercepted and translated radio transmissions from the surface. The inhabitants call themselves humans. They call their planet Earth." Earth. The word felt wrong in Zixthal's mind, sharp and abrupt. He pulled up the biological scans of the planet's dominant species. What he saw made his breathing spiracles constrict. They were bipedal predators, forward-facing eyes designed for tracking prey, flat, grinding teeth supplemented by sharp canines, marking them as opportunistic omnivores who could eat nearly anything. Their homeworld had a gravity 1.3 times standard, meaning they'd evolved under crushing pressure. The oxygen content in their atmosphere was dangerously high, almost toxic by galactic standards, fueling metabolisms that burned hot and fast. But that wasn't what frightened him. It was their history. The AI had pulled data from their information networks, the primitive but extensive systems they called the Internet. Zixthal watched in growing horror as the records played out. These humans had weaponized fire, lightning, atoms, and disease. They'd fought thousands of wars, many simultaneously. They'd split the atom not to power their civilization, but to create bombs capable of sterilizing their own planet, and they'd nearly used them multiple times. "Commander," his science officer, a gaseous Nephili named Breeze, whispered through his translation device. "They've only had spaceflight capability for approximately 100 of their years. In that time, they've sent machines to every planet in their system, landed on their own moon multiple times, and built permanent installations in orbit. Their rate of advancement is exponential." "What's their population?" Zixthal asked, though he dreaded the answer. 8 billion, all confined to one planet. 8 billion apex predators trapped on a single world with nowhere to expand but up, into the galaxy, into the peaceful civilizations that had never known real war, real hunger, real desperation. "Pull back," Zixthal ordered, slowly. "Do not let them detect us," but it was too late. "Commander, we're being hailed. They've locked sensors onto our position." "How did they answer it?" Zixthal said quietly. There was no point in running now. The view screen flickered to life, showing a human female in a dark blue uniform. She had short brown hair and those predatory eyes, but when she smiled, Zixthal saw something he didn't expect. Warmth. Unknown vessel. This is Commander Sarah Mitchell of the United Earth Space Command. You've entered our solar system without authorization, but we mean you no harm. We're pretty excited, actually. You're the first alien contact we've made. Would you like to come down for a chat? We have coffee. Zixthal's translator struggled with the last word. Coffee? Some kind of ritual offering? Commander Mitchell, he managed. We apologize for the intrusion. We were investigating ancient records and did not realize this system was inhabited. Ancient records? Sarah's eyebrows rose. How ancient are we talking? Approximately 5,000 of your years. Something shifted in the human's expression. Not anger, but understanding. Let me guess. Those records said to stay away, marked us as dangerous. Zixthal said nothing, which was answer enough. Sarah sighed. Look, I get it. We've seen our own history. We know what we're capable of. But here's the thing about humans, we're also capable of incredible kindness. We make art and music. We write poetry. We risk our lives to save complete strangers, even animals. We're contradictions, and yeah, we're dangerous when threatened. But we're not monsters. The predecessors thought otherwise, Zixthal said carefully. Did they? Sarah challenged. Or did they just see our potential and get scared? Did they ever actually try talking to us, or did they just decide we weren't worth the risk? The question hung in the air. Zixthal thought about the ruins on Kepler 442b, the predecessors' abandoned cities. They disappeared mysteriously 5,000 years ago, their civilization collapsing seemingly overnight. No one knew why. Commander Mitchell, Zixthal said slowly, I would like to accept your offer, but I must warn my superiors first. They deserve to know what we've found here. Sarah smiled again, and this time Zixthal saw the predator beneath. Not threatening, but undeniably there. Fair enough. But Commander Zixthal, and yes, we pulled your name from your ship's transponder signal, tell them this. Earth's been expecting visitors for a long time. We're ready to be part of the galactic community, but we're coming out there whether you invite us or not, so you might as well make friends now. As the transmission ended, Zixthal looked at the glowing planet below. The predecessors had marked it as monsters. Perhaps they'd been right. But monsters could be allies too. And something told him that the galaxy was going to need human monsters when the real threats emerged from the dark spaces between the stars. He began composing his report to the council, carefully choosing each word. How did one explain that the monsters on the map might be exactly what the galaxy needed? The ancient warning had been clear. Here be monsters. It just hadn't specified whether that was a warning or an asset.